TGO, Tom Gruenwald Outdoors, is brought to you by HT, premium ice tackle since 1974. Polar Fire Gear, this is how it's done. Tourism Saskatchewan, Canada's best freshwater fishing. Vexilar, ice fishing begins when you turn your Vexilar on. Kalispell, Montana, discovery in every direction. And these other fine sponsors.
Morning, Jim.
Good morning.
How's it going?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Jim Vashro, Tom Gruenwald.
Jim,
Tom.
pleasure. How you doing
My
today?
pleasure too. Doing great.
So you got out yesterday and you caught a few fish.
Yes, it was actually a really good bite yesterday. Hopefully it's still going because the weather's so nice.
Yeah.
Got mostly grayling yesterday, and they're gorgeous fish. They were running 14 to 17 inches. They're
Wow,
really hard
nice.
fighters, and they are absolutely beautiful fish. And then I got a couple of cutthroat. They were smaller, but there are some big cuts in here too, so we may get some bonus fish there.
Nice.
Let's go and see what we can get.
Let's go catch some fish. Tony's over there already got the bite going.
We got some holes going, and
Awesome.
hopefully he's got the pattern figured out.
Awesome.
Got a couple fish iced already. So.
I'm
Let's
ready.
go do it.
Let's
It's gonna
go.
be a great day.
All right.
There we go. It's not as big as some of those other fish, but it is. It's looking like a grayling because I'm seeing brown down there. Oh yeah. I think I'm gonna ice my first grayling here if I can hold on. I had a very light rod here. If I get one of those really big ones, I'm gonna have my hands full. Oh no, it's not it's actually another. Oh my goodness. Oh, we just nailed a really nice size cutthroat here. These fish are feeding on a lot of insects, insect larvae, and it's just amazing to see them so well conditioned. Wide tail, and just look at the size of the head on that. That is a beautiful, beautiful cutthroat trout. And you start catching them on this light tackle, you really, really, really have your hands full. And I just put on a tungsten lunar jig, and actually I went to a white colored one with a pink, like a shrimp type plastic on it, because they've been catching fish on the lighter colors for whatever reason. Usually they do go toward a lot of blacks and greens in these lakes, but for some reason they're liking the lighter colors. So beautiful fish. I'll let this one go. We're helping you get back down the hole. There you go. Perfect. First fish of the day, a beautiful cutthroat trout, and I can still anticipate my first grayling.
Let's learn something. Time for a TGO tackle tip.
So I got this Marmuska lunar tungsten, white with the black stripes. I've got a small pinkish orange colored plastic with 3 tails on it, something that might be representative again of an insect larvae like a mayfly or a stonefly, that sort of thing. And to add a little bit of scent, I put the waxworm on there, which that trout chewed up pretty well, so I'll probably put a nice piece of fresh bait on there. And then just a 4-pound test monofilament, and I've got a small barrel swivel attached here. I do that a lot. It does help prevent line twist and tangling. And then I'm running a 24-inch Polar Fire ultralight system here. It's a solid carbon, so very sensitive, pretty light really for the size fish that we're catching, but it is a lot of fun and it works a little better. It balances nicely with that light line. And then the 6-bearing AccuCast reel, infinite anti-reverse with the drag set just enough so I get a good hook set, and at the same time, because of the light line and the light rod, I want to make sure that that drag is going to feed line out when I do catch a big grayling, which I'm going to do shortly, I hope.
More fishing action online at tgofishing.com.
You know, this one popped, Jim?
Boy, it was pulling down hard. Yeah, he's still there. Nice.
Oh yeah.
Good deal. These fish are just negative again today. The dead stick is what seems to be
It's surprising, yeah.
getting
But
most of the action.
a lot of weather changes though the last 2
Yep.
days here, you know.
Yeah, the jigging just, oh, it's a grayling. It's a nice one, Tom.
Take it a little easy with that. He's right there. He's doing the circle thing.
Yeah, he's doing the circle thing.
Not a bad fish, huh?
No, he's a good fish, and he's hot. He's a hot fish.
They wake up once you get the hook in them.
Yeah.
Boy, these are fun. These automatic fishermen, the jaw jackers
Yeah.
and everything. There you go. There you go. There he is.
Nice.
Oh, I got to touch my first grayling.
There
here,
you
Mike.
go.
There you go.
Hooked right in the top of the mouth like they have been. Actually, he's barely
hooked in the lip
Yeah.
there. Yep.
Yeah, really, the smaller the finesse bite for these guys today is obviously the deal. We got a purple head on the jig there,
Yep.
small plastic tail. This rod's been sitting here for 20 minutes or so at least, and just a really nice fish.
Was this one tipped with any live bait, Jim, or just a waxworm on
yeah.
that one too?
But you can really see those colors, the green, the blue, those males like rooster pheasants, they got the color, the show off.
Here we go.
16 and a half.
16 and a half. That's a nice grayling.
All right, Tom.
Fantastic.
There he goes.
Thanks for helping me land
First
my
grayling.
first grayling. Jim, thanks for taking us out, giving me the
Awesome.
opportunity. That was fun. That was fun. Anytime you can try a unique species, do something,
You bet.
catch something you haven't done before, that's special.
You know,
that was special.
That rod was doubled over. I mean, he really wanted to take line, and he got below that hole. You could see he had that fin just flared up and doing circles. And so, you know, I think the finesse bite, the dead stick thing, just letting it sit there is certainly working well today.
Something came in and just ripped that one hard.
Nice grayling.
It's a good. Take it easy with him here and bring him up. Oh, they like to turn him
They
all,
do.
don't they?
They
We'll let him go back down, see if I can get his head up first.
like to turn down. And
There we go. Almost. There we go. Perfect. Thank you, Jim.
Actually, this may be a female.
Now, how do you tell the difference between a male and a female
It's
grayling?
the height of the dorsal fin. And this one doesn't. We'll see. See, this one doesn't stick up quite as far as the others.
Okay.
So, and that's the main thing you can see, just a little shorter dorsal fin. Still pretty fish. Still lots of colors on them, so.
But you really get, you see that blue color and the
Yep.
spots there, and
Yep.
they are just gorgeous. So,
A little lavender on the side.
now, you worked in fisheries management in this area.
Yep.
And can you tell us a little bit about the grayling, I mean, the original distribution of this fish, and where we find them now?
Well, these are a glacial relic. You know, they got down here 10,000 years ago when the ice age pushed through here. And as the ice sheet retreated, they were left in just a couple of places. And so Minnesota, Michigan, and then there's some native populations left in Montana. And then, of course, as you go north, then you get into a lot more. But for native grayling, that's it. So,
Interesting.
And these fish are a mixture of the native Montana grayling, and there's some Arctic grayling mixed into them now too. So
Now there's grayling and Arctic grayling, and the difference is one species is more fluvial, riverine, the other is actually lake.
you know, 10,000 years ago they were all the same fish.
Okay.
And it's just that these were left behind here when the ice sheets retreated. That's another nice fish. That's 16 and a half, something
That's
like that.
beautiful, beautiful.
I mean, the quality on this fish is just phenomenal. There's now in Montana, there's probably only 10 or 12 places left that you can
Really?
catch them regularly. So this is kind of a unique little opportunity. So
Well, thanks for
That's a good one.
thanks for sharing
Hey,
with us.
yeah,
This is a lot of fun.
congratulations. That's
Let's
great.
go and see what Mike's doing over
right.
here. He's fighting something.
There he is. I got his head in the hole now. Yeah, there we go, Tom.
All right, go ahead, lift.
Yeah,
There we go.
pink.
Oh,
Little pink.
there
on
you
that
are.
one.
Oh, another nice one.
Yeah.
These are running good size, Jim.
Yes. Yeah. Very productive system here, and they're just great proportioned fish.
Yep.
Look, it's got a little more black spots here.
Yeah. They all have little subtle differences to them, it seems like. Either the size of them or the difference between the male and the female. Probably another female, maybe? A younger male, smaller male. It's got the color on the dorsal. Beautiful fish.
They just got that golden hue to them too, and they all have that kind of that golden stripe down along
Yeah,
the
what's
belly,
that
I
deal
noticed?
on the belly? Because
Yeah,
I noticed they all have that.
Just part of the coloration on them.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
And they're usually a little black underneath the jaw there.
Yep.
So.
You see that underneath the jaw, like the cutthroat have their red slash. They've got those spots there. Let's go ahead and put him back, Tom. That's
Nice
a
job.
awesome fish.
Nice job.
Aren't they cool?
Very cool fish.
Yep. Kind of a unique opportunity.
Yep.
Wow. Another grayling. I'll tell you, it took a while to get going.
It did, but
this weather change, the cloud cover came in. They were talking maybe possibly some snow possibly
Yep.
coming in out this afternoon. But as soon as that light calmed down, what, half an
Yeah.
hour, 45 minutes later,
they started biting again.
Tony just got, that's the third fish in as
Yeah.
many minutes.
Yep. Yep.
There's more fishing action to come right here on TGO.
Tony, these fish are just unbelievable. I was really excited about the opportunity to come here and catch grayling, but I am just so impressed. They are really a neat species.
They really are. You know, I moved here to northwest Montana back in the 80s for one reason, and that was just the diversity of fishing. This is such neat fishing in this area. One day you can be catching perch. The next day you can go out on Flathead Lake and catch lake trout, bass. Everything is just here. It's amazing to me. But one of the greatest jewels of northwest Montana are these grayling. I mean, right here, they're just a sleeper. And I've had many days out here, especially in the summertime. I'll come out with my little one-man pontoon boat, bring a lunch, and sit out here and fly fish. And you just use that fly rod and get that thing whipping. You catch these things, and they'll hit either top water or down underneath. And when they hit, they just almost want to yank the rod right out of your hand. And there was
Really?
one day out here, it was incredible. I caught maybe 14, 15, 16 grayling. I didn't count them, but I had to literally quit. My right wrist was so sore from fighting grayling that I literally had to quit early, go home. And I got all my stuff off, got in the truck, I put the key in, and I went to turn the key, and I couldn't. My hand
Is that right?
was so sore, I couldn't turn the truck on. I just had to sit there for a little while, and finally I got it started and went. But the memories on this lake are incredible. I have caught a lot of grayling, and they're beautiful, beautiful fish.
I do have 6-pound test on this one. But yeah, that super light rod tip, you know, Jim was seeing that tip just barely moving. And
It's funny how much of a difference that can make. I
Yeah.
mean, these rods, when we designed them, were made for, you know, the bluegill type fishing and whatever, but
Yep.
I've got guys with the longer rods with that fast tip are catching 10-pound walleyes.
yes.
And we've done it ourselves, and
Yep.
it's not only effective, it's a whole lot of fun.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah, just enjoy it. Enjoy it.
you know, I fish heavy lake trout tackle for 7-8 months out of the year, so when I can drop down and go as light as I can, I typically go lighter than I probably should.
Yeah.
And I know I've said this before, it's, you know, I don't mind losing a fish here and there when I can really get the fun out of playing a fish on gear I probably shouldn't be fishing. But this is obviously, I mean, we're obviously in control with this fish. It's not straining the equipment, but it's giving us a good time.
We know it keeps the tension on the line too, which is
Absolutely.
so important when you're using that lighter rod.
Yep, absolutely right.
You get a stiffer rod, and when they do make those runs, sometimes you lose the lose the tension, you get a little slack line, and that's where they get off.
Here he is.
Oh, it's a nice.
That's a
cutthroat.
nice cutthroat. That's a nice cut. Did you happen to see the hook? Where the hook was?
No, I didn't. I wish I could tell you, but just keep doing what you're doing. You're fighting that fish perfectly, Mike.
I got cutthroat this time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
He gets to the hole and he don't like it.
Yeah, it's
Fishery here.
Yeah,
This
absolutely.
is every bit of a 16-inch cutthroat, I think.
and
Chunky.
These cutthroat are real chunky.
Really healthy, yeah.
Yep, very, very nice fish.
Yeah, I got one this morning that was real nice, about a 16-incher, and I think this one might be a little bit bigger
Yeah,
even.
he is. Got the washing machine.
Yeah.
Well, another thing you can do too with these is
Here we
you
go.
can
Oh.
you can run a little lighter line, but then you
Sure.
can put a swivel on and have a little heavier
Yep.
leader. You know, put
Yep.
a 6-pound leader a couple feet long. Oh my, is that a nice one?
Oh boy.
Let me just lift them up a little bit.
There we go. Nice job.
Short scale of the tape.
I'm guessing this guy's gonna be just under 16 inches.
That one's been hooked before too. So.
Yep,
Yeah,
15.
about 15 on that one.
Yep.
Gruenwald?
Another fish.
My gosh.
Another fish.
You know, we were told that this is a morning bite, and that's typically the case. But obviously, with this changing weather, they're not paying attention to convention.
No, I think it's been very, very steady.
Ooh.
It's putting a nice tussle down there again. You know, there's not much you can do. You set the hook on these fish, and they stay right where they are. They don't want to come up.
No, they don't. They don't. This one's almost acting cutthroat-like. The way he's really staying down.
Yeah, it's
Those graylings kind of come up and then go, and come up and then go.
They just kind of lift up on them, and
Yeah.
if you can pick up a little line, we
No,
do.
it's a grayling. It's a good one.
Boy, they like that jig too, don't they?
Yeah.
There he is.
There he is.
Beautiful.
That's a nice one. That's a nice fish. That's a nice fish.
Again, the girth. This is a very, very thick
Yep.
bodied fish all the way through the center.
Absolutely. That bigger band on the bottom there. That's a male. You can see the markings on there. Yeah. Well, I don't know. The fin isn't that big. It doesn't have that real soft back to it. That could be just a good, healthy female.
Yeah, look at there's a little bit of red across the top of
Yep.
that dorsal too. You see that?
Yep. That very top edge there.
Yep. Pretty. As Jim says, the sailfish of the north.
Sailfish of the north. Absolutely. Montana grayling.
This is fun, and nothing's happier than a slimy handshake.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
There's more fishing action to come right here on TGO.
You know what? This was the weirdest thing, Mike. I just jigged it a little bit. I put it in a dead
Yep.
stick holder.
Yeah.
Okay. This has been the hot hole here all day, it seems. And I looked down. I saw all of a sudden my jig disappeared. Like, I've seen jigs drift out of the sonar cone before.
Sure.
But I've never seen a jig just disappear like that. So that fish must have just came in and just hammered
picked it up. Another nice grayling.
There's his head. There you go. That was really strange.
Nice. Nice. That's that same jig. Not the biggest one we've caught today, but sure a good example of what's in here. You know, right in the middle of that range. And just feisty fish.
Well, Jim said you probably expect fish running between 14, maybe up to 17
Yep.
inches, and we've caught a couple in that 16-inch, and
Yep.
this is probably pretty close to 16
Yeah,
too, 15
yeah.
or 16. I mean,
Yep.
there it is, just beautiful. You can see the iridescent colors along the sides. There's kind of that brownish gold streak.
Yep. And
right
almost
here on the
every
belly.
one of them's a little different.
They are. They're such a unique fish. And the back toward the tail's got that gold.
Yep.
And it goes into that. There's almost like a coconut blue kind of a stripe along by the belly.
Yep. Yep. They're all very, very unique.
And there goes another grayling.
Awesome. Man, he
You
took
know,
off.
Mike, I always like to have the opportunity to come out and try something unique or something special. You know that. And there's so many chances here in this area, Kalispell, Montana, the diversity of all these fisheries, and the grayling speaks for itself.
You got your first grayling and then some. So we're going to have to figure out what the next first is for you when you come back the next time, Tom.
There's always something here, though, in Montana.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thanks so much, Mike. What
My
a great
pleasure.
day we had out here. I want to make sure that I say thank you to Jim for taking the time out here to tell us a little bit about these grayling, and
bet.
Tony coming out here and joining us. Great guys.
Yep.
A lot of fun.
Yep.
And I hope you really enjoyed this show too. You know, these are opportunities that are available if you want to try something different. Check out tgofishing.com. You can also go to Mike's website.
Yep. aablefishing.com or housefishing.com. We can get you, we can get you on lakes that nobody else is fishing, fish that really don't get fished that often. We are, we're ready to basically give us a call, tell us what you want to do, and if we can do it, by gosh, we'll get you out here and do it as well.
And he does it, and he does it well. So, hey, until next time, I'm not sure what we're going to be fishing for or where we're going to be fishing, but it's going to be ice fishing here, because this is TGO, where it's all ice fishing all the time.
TGO has been brought to you by HT, premium ice tackle since 1974. Polar Fire Gear, this is how it's done. Tourism Saskatchewan, Canada's best freshwater fishing. Vexilar, ice fishing begins when you turn your Vexilar on. Kalispell, Montana, discovery in every direction. And these other fine sponsors. TGO, where it's all ice fishing all the time.